It's the Friday edition. Mr. Relevant. I'm Alex Strouf with you from the Gruber offices. One call out cell studio at the Avenue in downtown Milwaukee. Josh DiMaggio is here. Will Sommers is here. We're going to do a show today. I'm going to start with this. Losing sucks, man. Losing sucks. And we're very lucky, Josh and I are, at least in this context, as Wisconsin sports fans. There hasn't been a ton of losses in the last decade. None that make you go, ooh, I don't like that. And it feels like the last 2 weeks, it's all we've had. I guess a tie in Dallas for the Packers. A loss to the Browns, a loss to Dallas. You had the high of Saturday and Monday for the Brewers, so Wednesday's show is all amped up looking for the sweep. And now the Brewers have dropped 2 in a row, evening the series, bringing it to a decisive and crucial Game 5 at AmFam Field tomorrow, as the Brewers will look to punch their ticket to the NLCS, which I very much still think they can do. But talk about a deflated balloon the last couple of days. Back-to-back nights with losses on Wednesday and Thursday, and now we head into tomorrow's Game 5 with the series tied up. So losing sucks is my opening statement on the program today. Josh DiMaggio, hello.
You sound pretty down and out for something that really hasn't taken place yet.
I'm not out, but I am down.
What's your percentage-wise out of 100? Like Cubs versus Brewers, who's got the more momentum?
Okay, I'm confused by the question.
That's a different question than the one you originally were asking.
All right, how confident are you? Scale 1 to 10.
Oh, not 100. I love you, man. 6.
I think 6 is the right place to be at.
I want to be an 8, a 9, or a 10, which I probably would have said on Wednesday's show. If you asked me that, I would have said like a 9.
Mm-hmm.
And then you lose both in Chicago.
You'll be a 10 by game time. That's how you roll.
I mean, look, I feel like, especially in high leverage situations like the postseason, for example, we explain it on every show I do, whether it's this one or KBN or watch-alongs, or if I'm filling it on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy, I'm filling it on the Homer Hour tonight, I'll probably mention this. I just, if anybody's new to Alex Strouf, if anybody has never listened to me before, I feel like it's important for me to explain how I'm wired. I am a roller coaster of a sports fan. A bleeping roller coaster. Emotional roller coaster. Mental roller coaster. Joshy got to see it up close and personal in Game 3 when we did the watch-along of Potawatomi. First inning, I felt awful. Second inning, I was better. Third inning, I was great, despite nothing changing in terms of the score. It's like, yeah, I'm along for the ride. So, yeah, I'm an emotional dude, but, like, I live and die by my sports fandom. I live and die by my sports teams. That's the beauty of sports fandom. I love the fact that I get to have my heart broken over and over and over again, but that doesn't mean it doesn't hurt any less. Or it does hurt any less. It hurts still. Losing 2 in a row to the Cubs to even the series up hurts. I'm in pain. I had trouble sleeping last night. That's why I didn't come into work until 11 o'clock this morning. I didn't fall asleep until like 4. I was upset. And maybe it's an indication of the human being I am, and maybe it's a problem. How much I bleep and care. But I care a lot about my sports teams. And unfortunately, what comes along with that territory is they play way too big of a role on my emotions and my mental wherewithal. So yeah, today I'm a little bit in the dumps. We're going to flip that at some point because I do have something on the rundown today that says positivity. When we wrap up our Brewers conversation today, we're going to end on a high note. But right now I'm low as we go into Game 5. There's a couple reasons for that. Number one is the bats just aren't batting. 3 hits in Game 4 is not going to win you baseball games. It's just not. You can't only get 3 hits and expect to win. That's problematic. The other part that's keeping me up, I thought about this all night. Who the hell's pitching tomorrow? I know we're going to see Mizorowski at some point. In fact, when I say no, I feel very confident that we're going to see Mizorowski at some point. But is it going to be Priester to open? Is it going to be Quintana to open? Is there a possibility of another Aaron Ashby appearance? Is there a possibility of Chad Patrick? And obviously, he pitched last night and ate some innings last night, so I don't know that we see him in Game 5, but I truly don't know what direction Pat Murphy's going to go, but I think the part that kept me awake is I don't know that Pat Murphy knows what direction Pat Murphy is going to go. And that's where I go, I'm feeling a little dumpy here on a Friday early afternoon. I'll be back up by Saturday night. I'll be back up by the end of this program. But right now, as it stands, I'm down in the dumps. Go ahead, Joshy.
I mean, I don't have anything to add. You are on the precipice of blowing a 2-0 lead, of being one game away from advancing, and having the opportunity in front of you now, or it's do or die, win or go home. This makes me feel nervous. It makes me feel anxious. It doesn't make me feel comfortable, but I'm not reserved to feeling bad about it or myself or my fandom. I think there can be time for that, and that's depending on the result of what happens. But you believe in Pat Murphy, as we have for the past 2 seasons. You believe in the talent of the guys there. The playoffs are the playoffs. This is what happens. I believe Christian Yelich himself has said, you're going to go through some adversity in the playoffs.
You are.
You're going to have some situations where you feel the pressure and the moment gets really big, and you have to battle back and be the best you. I've seen no indication, no reason why I would think the Brewers. How many times did the Brewers lose 3 games this season?
Not a lot.
In a row.
Not many.
Yeah. If at all. That's how good they were. Was it? I can think of a sweep that happened against the Yankees.
At the beginning of the season, they lost 4 in a row. They lost 3 in a row in mid-April to Arizona and Detroit. They lost 4 in a row, 2 to San Francisco, 2 to St. Louis at the end of April. They lost 3 in a row to Chicago teams, 1 against the White Sox, 2 against the Cubs to begin the month of May.
So 3 in a row against the same team, very seldom.
Yes.
And
then you're going to see a streak there where there's not going to be very
1
many.
to Houston, 2 to Tampa Bay. This is all first half still, man. That's it for the first half.
It seems like
since May, I don't know that it's happened.
Correct. So they're a type of team that should be able to deal with this.
Oh, Cubs.
They lost that in that 4-game stretch, right?
The 5-game stretch.
Yeah.
They lost both of the doubleheader on Wednesday. And that was the last time.
I do love what Pat Murphy said in his post-game press conference. He said he thinks that this is good for this team going forward. He has the full confidence that they're going to take Game 5, and he thinks that this test of playing in a tough road environment is only going to make them stronger, to his belief, throughout the NLCS and the World Series. So, do I agree with a lot of the pitching decisions he's made? I don't. But if there's any team that can do it with their backs, I don't even want to say if their backs are against the wall, because I think that's where they're the most comfortable at this point in the year. It's them.
All right. I got it out.
You got your little poopy pants off?
Yeah. I don't want to reflect too much because, as
the
I said,
thing is, yesterday's game, there's not much to reflect on.
3 hits isn't good enough. That's my reflection.
Well, right. And Freddie Peralta misses 1 pitch, and that's the biggest difference maker of the game.
And
it wasn't even a bad pitch. It was. He said after the game that's where he wanted that pitch, and Happ just went and got it.
Interestingly enough, William Contreras said it could have been better.
Yeah.
I thought that was interesting.
Little mixed messaging from the pitcher and the catcher.
It wasn't a bad pitch. It was just probably could have been in a spot where you don't typically see.
All right, hold on. I can't let this comment slide from Brett and Eau Claire. Who, Brett, we love you, man. You're always watching. You're always chiming, and we appreciate you. This one, he's being serious.
Uh-oh.
Brett says, Joshy, if you watch that game until the end and we're up for your show, that's why you are the executive producer and a terrific role model for Will.
I did not stay up until the end.
No. I don't know how you could have.
No. I was trying to. And had it been a Game 5, 100% I'm watching every single pitch. I accidentally fell asleep somewhere in the 4 or 5 area, woke up, and it was the middle of the 9th, and I said, well, there's really no.
Yeah, they missed the few opportunities they had. Yeah. I think it was the top of the 5th inning when they had 2 runners on, no outs. Yelich is up to bat.
Mm-hmm.
Or excuse me, I guess they had no outs. They bunted Joey, got the first out, advanced the runners to second and third. Then Yelich was up leading off. that first pitch was not a strike, and it was called a strike. It changed the entire trajectory of that at-bat and ultimately the inning, and they're unable to capitalize on it. But didn't have a ton of base runners. Offensively, it was just a night.
Yeah, I'm more worried about what's going to happen with the pitching staff than I am about the offense. I don't think we should make a mountain out of a molehill of a couple guys not having particularly like a 2 good game stretch. To me, that's insignificant. It's not what baseball is. It can certainly continue, and Bryce Trang might not look particularly good again tomorrow. But Christian Yelich might have a 2-home run game. Sal Frelick might have an incredible game. You name the person. Contreras could look like,
I guess,
the biggest, like, everything can change in one single game.
I am a little confused, and you guys might be able to explain this better than my brain, which is clearly all over the place today, might be able to. Why did Murphy mess with the batting order as much as he did after the first 2 games? Because the first 2 games is the same order, effectively. Obviously, game 3, you play a couple different guys than you did in the first 2 games. But then yesterday, Churrio's not leading off. I don't know why that is. Terang batting 3rd the last 2 games. I don't really get that. I'm fine with him batting 2nd. I'm fine with him batting 5th. I don't really understand him in 3 or 4. Why is Murphy tweaking the lineup as much as he did after 2 convincing victories in the first 2 games? Is there an answer for that?
So I thought it was purely analytical because you'll see teams do that depending on who's pitching, and especially with the in-division rival, you've seen them a bunch of times and have a lot of data for that. But once they went back to Boyd last night and the lineup was the same as it was before and wasn't as the first 2 games, I was very confused and don't know why. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
I think there's a degree of 3-dimensional chess happening here of we're not going to show you the exact same lineup. We're not going to allow you to be comfortable with which relievers you bring in which order. We want you to have to think outside the box and not try and run back.
But aren't we playing analytical chess then if they're playing Connect 4? Like, that doesn't really make sense to me. And what I mean by that, to make that a little bit more Englishy for you, is, are we overthinking it?
I think Pat Murphy has done a lot of overthinking in this series. But I also think he thinks that's the edge that's going to get them past the Cubs, because I think
and frankly, who am I to say it might?
Right, and I think he correctly believes that the Brewers and the Cubs are 2 very similarly matched teams who have seen each other a whole lot. He's shared the dugout with the guy on the other side, so there's a lot of similar thinking, and he's trying to create as many edges as humanly possible. Not all of them are going to work. I would say the Jake Bauers thing worked.
Sure.
Until that last at-bat, which wasn't a great at-bat, but hey, the guy had drove in a run and then hit a home run.
You could even argue the Ashby thing worked.
Yes.
Putting in Miz after.
Yes.
I think it's just a lot of gambles. It just feels like, and I think if you played it safe, it might have turned out differently. Obviously, it's tough to say, and I can't predict it or tell the future, but
I don't spend a lot of time with the batting order. To me, it's who's in and who's out.
Sure.
I think the Lockridge thing was a massive get way too cute. That guy's a fringe MLB player. Blake Perkins is a switch hitter. Like, what are we doing here?
Isaac Collins.
Right.
We haven't seen him at all.
Pitch hit game 1 and 2.
Yeah.
I think he struck out game 2.
Yep. But I think that's it.
Yeah.
Which, again, I know he kind of got cold at the end of the year, but that's a guy who's delivered it. I mean, I was making the case in July or August that I think he might be your most clutch player.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and when matchups play such a big factor in the playoffs, to have a switch hitter, too, can do it from both sides.
Yeah. I'm curious to see what tomorrow brings, but it's going to be an interesting one. I'm excited for it. Obviously, the home team has won all 4 games in this series, so if you need a piece of information to make you feel a little bit better, that'll make you feel a little bit better. Home team has won all 4 games.
No team has won 3 games in a row yet in this series.
That's a good point by you.
In a row.
Yep.
Good point by you. It sounds like it's going to be Shohei Managa for the Cubs.
Also, the team that wins Game 5 goes on to the NLCS 100% of the time.
Very true.
People forget that.
So actually, you know what we need to do? You've actually just unlocked something in my brain. I've got it figured out. Wipe the first 4 games from the record. They don't matter. What matters is tomorrow. What matters is Saturday. I don't care about game 1 and 2 winning. I don't care about game 3 and 4 losing. They don't matter. The only thing that matters is tomorrow.
It's the first time you're coming to this realization.
Wipe them all for the record.
It's like the biggest cliche when the other team ties it up. New ball game.
This series is 0-0. Winner take all. One game. Give me your best shot, Cubbies.
I won't lie. I feel very good with Shota on the mound for them.
Agreed.
The way he looked in game 1, or game 2, I think it was.
It was game 2.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like he was making good pitches. This guy was throwing 92, which in today's MLB is meatballs. And he's tipping his pitches. When people are saying the Brewers are stealing signs, they're not giving signs, so that's impossible. Pitch calm.
Right.
He's tipping their pitches, so I feel very good.
I mean, I saw Contreras just look into his glove, lean over and look in.
It's Shota's fault.
Yeah, correct.
People are like, they're stealing signs. There literally are no signs, unless they're wearing the same pitch calm device on their helmet.
Yeah, no, there's nothing nefarious happening there.
All right, Mr. Fantasy chiming in, which I appreciate this because I did see this tweet. I don't know who he ripped her from. Sal Frelick hitting leadoff. Brewers are 39-18. He's got a 476 or 309 rather, 309 batting average. 9 home runs. Frelick hitting 4th through 6th. They are 36-36 with a 258 and 2 home runs. He's a better leadoff hitter. And again, I'm that's actually not even my gripe here. I thought Churia was great in the leadoff spot. I don't know why we changed that. I'm fine with Sal towards the back half of the lineup. He needs to provide, though. Same with Terang. Those are guys that just haven't done much offensively in this series.
Yeah, I mean, the simple matter of the fact is you want your 3 best hitters and the guy you believe in the most hitting 1, 2, 3 because they're more likely to get more at-bats. And Sale simply isn't as good as probably 4 guys ahead of him.
Mm-hmm.
But I believe he got bumped up. Was he hitting 4 yesterday?
He was hitting 5th.
5th. Okay. I mean, that's showing conviction in a guy who's probably in most teams like a late order guy.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where him and Terang have switched off at that 7 spot multiple times throughout the course of the season. It's as you came to the revelation of it's a wipe the slate clean.
I just want to throw in Seth's comment real quick. Seth just chimed in and said, "This is now a win or go home game."
Yeah. Somehow you and Seth have come to that same realization now. Which is an amazing thing.
Well, here's the thing. I often refer after losses and tough sports things. I often refer to the show as my therapy and I view you as my therapist because you are much more mature than me and I guess I didn't need to spell that one out. But also you have gone through maybe your version of therapy, which is talking this out already. This is my first opportunity to do it on a day.
Gotta be honest, I didn't need to talk to anyone else for me to understand.
Well, not that, but I'm saying just to get over it. Like I haven't gotten over it yet, and I'm getting over it right now. But you have the opportunity because you're on 7 and 9 in the morning with Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
I think that's where you're misunderstanding. The get over it thing to me happens instantly.
I don't understand that at all.
That's just how I've always been, how I'll always be.
I don't know if I want to be that way. I like being me.
That's fine.
That's good.
Just know.
Thanks, Will.
Just know.
You should want to be you.
Just know that I'm not having trouble sleeping.
Man, I can't relate to that.
because I'm able to move on. It's hey, well, that sucks. Let's keep it going.
I'm curious. We got a bunch of people watching on YouTube. How are you? How do you handle losses? Are you over it right away? Are you a trouble sleeping guy like me? You're more like Josh, more like Strouf. Let us know in the comments because I'm curious how people.
Here's the thing:
this.
I can't do anything about it, so that's sort of where I.
Neither can I.
Right, but I think if you fan hard enough, you might have a little influence.
Maybe if I yell loud enough, they'll hear me.
I don't believe in superstition. Now, I will say this, just a little peek behind the curtain thing.
You've engaged in some of the most superstition.
Big time. On these watch-alongs?
Yes.
Yeah, because I feel like I have to, right? I'm playing to an audience.
Yeah, and I take part in that as well.
Which, speaking of, we can go ahead and promote it.
Yes.
At least 2/3 of the Mr. Irrelevant crew. I believe you're busy tomorrow, right? Oh, yeah.
I'm going to try to make an appearance.
Okay, got it. I know you've got something going on tomorrow. But,
I do.
If you have any cocktails, I'd suggest not doing that.
I don't plan on it.
Okay.
But Joshy and I will be live for Game 5 right here in the Gruberl offices, one called Edsel
Correct.
Studio for
Probably in
another
these
watch
exact
along.
same spots.
I would guess so.
Yeah.
We will have a couple other people, I'm sure, join us throughout. But Joshy and I will be with you beginning at 7 o'clock on Saturday night. Another thing to keep an eye on, Joshy and I will also be with you. Gabe Neitzel will join us for a Brewers warm-up specialty
Tony
show.
Cartagena as well.
Awesome. From 4 to 6:30?
Correct.
Got it. So we're going to have quite a crew getting you ready beginning at 4 o'clock tomorrow, and then Joshy and I will be with you for the game beginning at 7 o'clock right here on YouTube at ESPN Milwaukee at ESPN Madison. So looking forward to Game 5. I will be in a jollier, happier mood by the time we hit the airwave at 4 o'clock tomorrow because right now what I want to do, positivity only. We're done with the concerns. We're done with the negativity. Throw the 4 games out the window. It's all about one game.
It just sort of dawned on me if the Brewers have a bad first couple innings, the rest of the game is going to be a grind with you. You are going to.
So I think what Brust has learned, and maybe you learned as well from Game 1 watching with me, is I don't believe we need to say a ton of stuff during these watch-alongs. I think Brust hates dead air, so he constantly wants to fill it by saying something.
It's the training we have here
on radio. But dead air can be good on radio, too.
Yeah.
I thought we had a great moment when you referenced the redwood tree earlier in the week.
Yeah.
There's some giggles in the back, but
I think it goes both ways. Too much silence, bad. I think you can let moments breathe and everyone can feel the intensity with you. But people tuning in want to hear what we're saying. They're not watching us to watch us.
Well, I'm not saying I'm going to sit here silently the entire time, but there will be a moment of 30 seconds or 40 seconds where I just watch the game because I'm that locked in. I'm probably not made for this.
Are you bragging about how locked in you get? Is this a locked in brag?
No, it's not a brag. It's more so I might not be made for the watch along content.
yeah, like imagine a fan like the Brewers go down early and they're like, "Oh, I'll tune into the watch along and get some closure. You know, I'll feel good about myself." And you just see Strouf freaking out.
You just see him in his little pee-pee pants, frowning at the TV.
That's what it was at one point last night. Joshy, I don't know if I told you this. I set up a phone line last night on my phone. So I created a fake phone number.
Okay, I thought you were just giving out your phone number.
No, that was not my real phone number.
Glad you did that.
And people were calling me and Ben and chiming in on the game.
How'd it go?
We probably took like 8 calls.
Yeah?
Yeah. It was good. So we have that capability.
Nobody was inappropriate. Everyone kept it between 10 and 2 for the most part.
Yeah, everybody keep between 10 and 2.
Proud of all you out there in the YouTube.
Is that a driving wheel reference between 10 and 2? Because
Yeah.
that's where you put your hands on the driving wheel, right?
Correct. Yep. Welcome.
I really like that analogy. I don't know if I've ever heard that before.
Did you ever go to driver's ed?
Let me tell you, I didn't invent that. That is.
You could have taken credit for it, though.
No, not going to do it. Because everyone out there would be like, yeah, I've heard people say that.
That's fair. All right, positivity only. Dr. Denver Dan. That was literally 2025 public access radio is what last night was. Public access television, I think you meant to say.
Yeah. We need to bring back more public access television.
I would be electric on public access.
Of course.
Tell me I wouldn't be.
The best shows are the ones where, because I mean, there's some legendary ones that have existed throughout the country that some end up simulcast, some are hyper local. The best ones are with people who frankly shouldn't be on TV that are then in charge of hosting a TV show where then just anything happens.
Yep.
Yeah. I've gone down rabbit holes of watching some of
Are you familiar? Okay, now we've derailed, but we'll get back to positivity in a moment. Are you familiar with the gecko? The guy that dresses up as a giant gecko? He paints his face green and he just takes phone calls about people's lives. Are you familiar with this guy?
No.
He's amazing. He's on Twitch like twice a week. Full lizard costume.
Huh.
I believe he's it's the something gecko.
Geico?
No, it is not an insurance commercial. But he just takes phone calls about like people's relationships, familial or, love.
I think you guys should call him during the watch along if the Brewers fall behind. Get some soothing advice.
The thing is, he's really good at just letting people back themselves into a corner without saying much. And then, anyway, so there's my story. So, all right, positivity. Will, why are you positive about Game 5?
I just feel so good at home. Like watching them the first 2 games, the electricity at American Family Field. I don't even care how many Cubs fans make it out. Like Obviously, there's going to be some since they're in such close proximity, but just watching the Brewers play in their home uniforms at American Family Field, I feel really good about.
Josh, why are you positive? One reason. We're just going to keep going in a circle until we run out.
97 wins.
Love it. Despite me questioning some decisions, I still have full belief in Pat Murphy as the manager.
I still think the pitching is going to be fine. I think Quintana comes out 2-3 scoreless innings. You go to Miz. You still got Mears. Mears has been locked down this whole series. And then you got McGill, Uribe on the back end. That's 5 guys right there. That's all you need.
Love it, Will.
Christian Yelich.
Good insight. William Contreras.
Salvatore.
Bryce Turning.
Jack.
Chris Hook, the pitching coach. He's developed these
I
fellas.
was going to use that one. That's a good one.
Gotcha.
Ricky Weeks.
Wow, yeah. Shout out. Rake Perkins.
Julio Bourbon, first base coach, friend of the program, Arian Foster.
Well, more acquaintance of the program.
Friend of the friend.
Friend of a friend, exactly.
Amfam Field.
Wasn't that already used?
You can use it again. I give you
I
permission.
might have missed that.
That's how important it is.
How about
Gotta say it twice.
Home Field Vanish? How about Brewers fans?
How about big moment? Cubs Brewers, 1 game for infamy. Let's think about that for a minute. 1 game for infamy. This has happened before. I just can't quite put my finger on it.
Oh, gosh.
There's this game known around the world as game 163. All the chips pushed to the center of the table. And the Brewers beat the Cubs. Huh. We've been down this road before. And here we are again Saturday night at American Family Field.
I think we got to end it on that. It was like a Christmas poem.
That was some theater kid ass behavior.
I thought that was good. I thought that was really good.
That was
Awful.
that was the kid who gets his big moment in the spotlight, and it's supposed to be like 20 seconds of a piece in the play.
Drags it out.
And he extends it to about 2 minutes with long, pregnant pauses.
He's a Bush, and he just makes it all about
So
him.
I was a theater kid. I was a theater kid.
Oh, you don't say.
Kid-ish. I only participated in 3 productions, and that's because I was kind of bullied into it. And my senior year, and I do have an appreciation for theater. I think theater's awesome. But I was in Les Miserables, and we had this dude who's he's doing like amazing things in the world. I think he's at Harvard now. But he was 2 years younger than me, and he was like an amazing actor. So he's cast in a big spot. And he had to. So anyway, it was the final night of our production, and I forget what his line was, but he had a line, and then ultimately he punched me in the face, and then I fall. Right, I learned how to take a fake punch or whatever. He completely blanked on his line, and there was just awkward silence on the stage. I said, "Hey, it's your line, it's your line." And rather than doing his line, he actually just clocked me, got me right in the face. And like we just moved on. And I imagine the audience who hadn't seen the show didn't realize he had a line there because it was building up to ultimately the payoff of I get punched in the face, right? But he never said anything. He just came on stage, kind of stood there silently for a minute, pop, got me.
Actually hit you?
Yeah, but it wasn't bad. I mean, like he didn't hit me super hard, but you could tell he was upset because he blanked on his line. He forgot it. Popped me, and it was the only time of the 9 or 10 productions we had done where he actually hit me. And I was like, whoa, I didn't know he had that in him. So I'm laying on the ground smiling. And so after the show, somebody came up to me who I didn't know, and they said, of course, again, they didn't know he forgot his line.
Yeah.
They go, hey, just so you know, just quick feedback. Typically, people who get punched don't smile after the fact. So this person who had not seen the show yet thought I was the one who screwed up.
Did you correct them?
No, probably not. I just said, "Oh, thanks for the feedback. I was just living. It's our last show."
Who has a damn nerve to go up and critique what you were doing
in a high school play?
I would say I went to a high school that was known for really good productions. So I think like a lot of like theater not critics, but people that were involved in local theater. This is an older individual.
I would have told that person to suck on an egg.
I just said, no, I'm glad you appreciated the show. Whatever.
Pound sand.
Yeah. So, all right. So I don't know. How do you think the positivity circle went?
It felt forced.
Well, hold on a minute. Couldn't I make the argument for you that everything in this program feels forced because I choose what we're doing?
To a degree at times. I think we are in the Alex stage. You're a stage man. Alex Strouf stages of like grief and nerves and anxiety, where
all balled into one.
Yeah, you're on one hand you're as nervous and ready to be negative as possible. On the other hand, you're optimistic because you know you're going to eventually be optimistic. You're just not all the way there. So we just kind of have to wade through the waters with you and let you experience those experiences, and hopefully we all come out for the best at the end.
As I said before, this is my therapy, and you guys just need to be good soldiers and therapists.
Yeah,
quasi-therapists.
Because I don't know how many people needed that in the audience. Certainly someone.
This is a comment I find fascinating. So this is from Sean on ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube. Sean says,
Sean?
I'm a Cubs fan. I'm glad it's going to Game 5, but I really want the Brewers to take the series. I've been listening to the Brewers radio broadcasts at work and have grown to really like this team. So, okay, couple things with this comment. It's too good to be a troll. I would imagine maybe Sean isn't the biggest baseball fan in the world.
Presume that's where my mind goes. You're a Cubs fan because you're from the Chicagoland area, or your parents are.
You're born into it.
Yeah.
And I assume if you're listening to the radio broadcast, you're in the Milwaukee area or you're in Wisconsin somewhere. And that's the radio station or the radio broadcast you get. So you're listening to that end. And the Brewers are a very likable team. Imagine if you're not playing them in the postseason. So I guess I'm just curious on more info there, Sean. Welcome aboard. I love it. But that's fascinating.
The only time I've ever rooted for the Cubs was the team that ended up winning the World Series. Which I don't regret to any real degree. They were a fun team to watch. They were young. And the Brewers were never really in a spot to be better than them.
I also rooted for the Cubs. But the one part I regret about that is it's made their fans more insufferable.
Yeah.
Cubs fans were already pretty bad because the whole Wrigley North thing always existed. But the World Series made them more insufferable,
Well, what we saw happen when the Brewers were up 2-0 was a fan base that felt like they were more deserving of success than Milwaukee Brewers fans because the nature of them from being Chicago and rooting for a big market team. It was as if from the heavens, God came down when he created the Chicago Cubs and said, you're better than everyone else and you deserve good things and no one else does.
Yeah. Something that amuses me is obviously I've talked a lot of trash about the Cubs in the last week. My Twitter mentions were very quiet after the Game 1 win on Saturday. After the Game 2 win on Monday, my Twitter mentions were very quiet. After the Game 3 loss on Wednesday, my Twitter mentions were still very quiet. Everything I've said over the last week is getting resurfaced by Cubs fans in the last 14 hours. Don't look now, Alex Strouf, but the series is tied at 2-2.
I like the reporting of fact nature of that. Like it's the headlines you see on ESPN on the side there that just give you like the quick blurb.
Yeah.
Thanks, bro.
Tied up 2-2. Yeah, I know. I'm aware.
There's a Game 5.
You could still lose the series. And ultimately, I do think the Brewers win tomorrow. I just don't think it's going to be, in terms of my anxiety and nerves, I don't think it's going to be an easy ride. I think there's a very good shot this is a one-run game. I think it goes down to the wire. I think there's going to be plenty of opportunities for both teams. I think it very well could end up being a high-scoring affair. Pablo Iglesias of ESPN Madison asked me this before, and I'm curious what your guys' response is. It's Wisconsin-Iowa tomorrow night at the same time as the Brewers game. I think it starts at 6, so maybe an hour beforehand. What's a higher scoring game? Is it Wisconsin-Iowa or Cubs-Brewers Game 5?
think it's Wisconsin, Iowa, but not by much.
Yeah,
Like, I think
That's where I went.
6-3 was my score prediction. 9-3 maybe.
yeah. I think it's like if we're setting a line here, the football game has like 3.5 on.
That is a sad state of affairs. for
The baseball
Wisconsin
game
Badgers.
very well could go over that
Yes.
too. I would just betting against the way the series has gone. I would say no.
Just the nature of how points are scored is a little different. I just, it's been so October 7th, 2011 was probably the most exciting NLDS
Win,
of Brewer
for
fans.
sure, yeah.
That's when Niger Morgan walked off the Arizona Diamondbacks. Why don't we have one of those happen? It's been a while, it feels like, since the Brewers, or even, and I don't want to be fatalistic, but the amazing comeback or the amazing walk-off has gone our way. It feels like it's been a while.
It has been a while. I would love that, but again, for my nerves, 8.5 innings of that is going to be hard.
I think you could do it.
I think so too, because my reaction is gonna be awesome. So anyway, all right,
Reaction is gonna be awesome.
I'm going straight to the bar.
How much does it suck that we have to wait all day today and then pretty much all day tomorrow?
Yeah, it sucks.
I'm glad I have a busy day tomorrow during the day, so I can sort of not just sit around.
I got a chauffeur to Sheboygan, and then I'm coming back, and then we're doing that show at 4. I'll probably sleep in a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Be all right.
I have nothing until the game, so I'm just going to be nervously twiddling my thumbs all day.
Pat on the back to me. This might be my fault. I scheduled an interview in Green Bay for noon tomorrow, which I now had to cancel. But I scheduled that when the series was 2-0.
We're patting you on the back. Why?
Because I'm admitting it might have been my fault. Might have been my fault.
Proud of you.
Thanks.
I have no comment.
Okay, let's move on to the Packers and the Bengals, which happens, speaking of Green Bay.
That's happening?
Yeah, I know. It feels like such an afterthought. I just want to hit it quickly.
They didn't postpone that?
And then we'll get to our NFL picks for the week. So it's Packers-Bengals. Joe Flacco will quarterback Cincinnati. It is not Jake Browning, after the Bengals acquire the quarterback from Cleveland, who beat the Packers just 2 games ago for Green Bay. Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, those are guys that can certainly pose issues for a defense. And given the way the defense as a whole, but really the cornerbacks performed against Dallas in the Packers' last game, it has to give you some pause for this should be total domination like Vegas views it as. The Packers are still 14.5-point favorites despite the trade and the quarterback change from Jake Browning to Joe Flacco.
Wait, I thought that moved it at first. It's back.
I don't think it moved it at all. I mean, maybe it depends on the book you're looking at.
Possibly.
At ESPN Bet, though, it is still 14.5.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's not good for Joe Flacco or the Bengals.
No.
Because Jake Browning was all-time quarterback bad prior to, and if he's not even going to give you a point, tough sledding.
Yeah. I'm not too worried about it.
No, Will tried to tell me we should be worried about Joe Flacco.
I had a weird thought, but I backtracked.
You're rescinding.
Okay,
that,
so you're saying, hold on.
I just had a weird thought, and it was in my mind for 12 hours. And then I was like, I did what you guys do to me all the time. Will, you're dumb. Dumb brain. Shut up.
We don't do that. What are you talking about?
Not specifically those words, but
So
in a more
hold on.
Yeah.
Okay.
In a nicer way.
You were saying this with the pretense of, hey, I no longer believe this, but at one point maybe I was thinking about it. What was the thought?
I was thinking Joe Flacco, second time seeing this defense in a month. I thought back to the first time Joe Flacco was on the Browns, and he was kind of like that gunslinger with nothing to lose, and now he's got Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, and I was like, it might be close. Then I remembered the Bengals' offensive line is horrible. And
Correct.
I'm wrong most of the time. So,
well,
yeah,
and their
is
defense is markedly worse.
Yeah.
Yeah. The two things that helped the Cleveland Browns win, well, 3. One was Jordan Love throwing an interception, but the Cleveland Browns offensive line held up well against the Packers. The Bengals are a massive downgrade there. And then the Browns defense held up extremely well, and the Bengals defense is, if not the worst, one of the 3 worst defenses in all the NFL. So to me, that's going to be why Joe Flacco can't move.
No,
it's not,
and that offensive line is...
He doesn't want to move, kind of like a Jared
he's old.
Goff.
Yeah, it's geriatric, not Jared Goff.
He physically can't do it.
I think at the end of the day, the Packers will win on Sunday, and they should win convincingly. They need to get right game. It sounds like their offensive line, for the most part, will be healthy. Rasheed Walker did practice today after getting added to the injury report earlier in the week. Aaron Banks will go at left guard, and it sounds like the Zach Tom return game will happen Sunday at Lambeau Field, so you should have a fully healthy offensive line for the first time since the beginning of Week 1 against Detroit, which is a very good sign for this offense that desperately needed, despite scoring 40 points in the tie game in Dallas, needs some consistency. Get the running game going, get the passing game going, you're going to feel good. Christian Watson will not be back this week, although Matt LaFleur says he looks tremendous less than 300 days after the ACL tear. The defense needs to get after Flacco, and then Jamar Chase and D. Higgins won't be a problem. It's as simple as that. So get this pass rush going, get past that awful offensive line, get Micah, get LVN, get Rashawn Gary going. The Packers should walk out of Lambeau Field with an easy victory and a perfect home record at 3-0. That's where I stand on this game. We'll talk more about it on Green Bay Game Day beginning at noon on Sunday, but that's where I stand right now.
It's not a whole lot of interesting analysis to go into this game.
No, there's really not. I mean, obviously the Bengals have a game wrecker, a true game wrecker on their offense in Jamar Chase.
Yeah.
But he's got somebody new throwing him the ball that doesn't move very well and doesn't have a great offensive line to stop what we think is an elite pass rush group.
I expect Packers defensive backs to be much more aggressive. I expect Joe Flacco to have less time. I expect it just to be sort of one of those games where Jamar Chase looks extremely frustrated because he's doing what he's supposed to. It's just no one's getting the ball to him. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think the most interesting things we can get from it is, what does the defense look like given the opportunity to have the bye week and to try and figure things out and continue to look like an elite defense? And then how do Zach Tom, Aaron Banks, and Rasheed Walker fare? And does the run game see a benefit from that? But those are all we're kind of testing ourselves to build for the future more than I think it's critical these guys have good games, because I think the Packers 9 times out of 10 sort of win this game.
I totally agree with you on that. All right, bye week teams this week are the Vikings and the Texans. So 15 games in the NFL, obviously one in the books, as the Giants upset the Eagles on Thursday Night Football. I did not watch a snap of that game. And Cam Scatabo was awesome for the 19 carries, 98 yards, 3 touchdowns as the Giants now 2-4.
Shout out to me for predicting the Eagles' downfall.
You did predict that.
Uh-huh. I said something ain't right.
They're still 4-2, so.
Yeah. Did you see AJ Brown?
It wasn't good. I saw it wasn't good.
Did you see AJ Brown get asked about the meeting him, Jalen Hurts, and Saquon Barkley had?
No.
Saquon Barkley and Jalen Hurts both said, hey, we had a meeting with AJ Brown. We all got together and talked. When asked about it, AJ Brown said, never happened. I wasn't there.
This guy's awesome.
He is real whiny.
That's
for
hilarious.
A guy coming out of a Super Bowl win.
It probably was a meeting, and AJ Brown just didn't realize it was a meeting.
He's done that before. He did it last year when they looked like one of the Super Bowl favorites. I think the reason we've seen the struggles we have on offense for them is because they're trying to placate both their quarterback and their wide receiver, who want the stats and the numbers. And this could go 2 ways. They could get back on the tracks, or it could continue to be a disappointing season for them, where they're a playoff team still. Mm-hmm. But they come playoff time, they might get absolutely smoked. And their offensive line is way worse than in the past, which has been such a big factor for them.
All right, let's get
34 points to Jackson Dart and Cam Scatabo.
Not great.
Got to be better than that.
You'd think, but not on Thursday night they weren't. All right, let's get to our Week 6 NFL picks. our updated standings. Will, do you have those readily available to let us know where everybody stands?
Me and Hunter are tied in last place at 4-5-1. Josh is in second place at 5-4-1, and Strouf is alone in first place at 6-3-1. Updated after the typo.
6-3-1. So that means I'm 3-2 on underdog picks. Not bad. Not bad. All right. Will, you're in last place. You go first. You like the Packers or the Bengals?
Give me the Packers, and then I also would love the Lions on Sunday Night Football against the Chiefs. I don't really understand how the Lions are dogs. The Chiefs.
I don't get it either. I was almost going to ban that as the underdog pick this week.
Yeah.
I think you guys are going to be surprised with how good the Chiefs look in 2 weeks.
What's changing?
Their offense has been great. Patrick Mahomes has been great, and Rashee Rice is returning.
Right.
In 2 weeks.
And I think they are going to look like one of the best offenses.
So here's what I'm puzzled by is that loss to Jacksonville
Yes.
and what Chris Jones was doing on the game-winning touchdown.
He determined he couldn't get there. I think he might have been able to affect the play. He has 4 tackles all year, by the way.
So Chris Jones maybe not the dog he once was.
Maybe he's having some personal issues. But I think the Chiefs are lock, stock, put them in the AFC Championship game. That's how good I think their offense is.
Okay.
I'll take the Lions, though.
That's fair. They very might well lose this game.
I think the Lions have looked like a juggernaut
They sure have.
since they played the Packers.
Yeah, I'm with you, though. I don't really get the line on this one.
It seems like a trap almost, so I might end up losing this one, but...
That's fair. Do we know Hunter's picks or no?
Yeah, so kind of a wrinkle here. So he picked the Packers, and then he also picked the Jaguars, who have been back and forth on the updated sports books as being the favorite, even, or underdogs. I'm assuming when he sent it to me, though, they were dogs.
I'm still
against
seeing
the
them on
Seahawks.
ESPN as dogs.
Yeah,
Okay.
So I'm good with it.
They're
Okay.
home dogs to the Seahawks.
I've looked at a couple others where
Both
they're...
those teams, I think, are very good.
I do, too.
Yeah.
I'm not as high on Seattle as you are. I have completely turned the corner on Jacksonville, though. I'm buying into it.
Yeah. That was my pick for the South, I believe, right?
I was.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm a Liam Cohen guy. I'm a little skeptical on the Seahawks head coach, but I think they are talented. I think Darnold.
What about Jacksonville's head coach?
Liam Cohen?
Yeah, you in on him?
Oh, he's big on...
I just said that,
He's
didn't
big
I?
on Liam.
Oh, Duval.
Yeah, that's why you said Duval, because I said Liam Cohen.
Will told me to say Duval. That's why I said Duval.
Yeah, that's what I said when you
Will's
were
producing the show.
When you were busy doing Duval. I was mentioning Liam Cohen.
I just wanted a Duval.
Can you give me one?
No, I'm not doing that.
Will?
Duval.
You gotta
on,
get the
Josh.
head part. That he does.
Josh, give me one.
Nope.
Come on. Why won't you play with us?
I am going to
Just play with us.
take the Packers. And my underdog pick this week, I think this one's mispriced. I'm going to take the San Francisco 49ers
Over the Buccaneers.
plus 3.5 over the Buccaneers. I think the Buccaneers are Fugazi.
Can I just add
one.
that? That's a really fun game. I hate that it's at the same time as the Packers and the Bengals.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's also a 325 kick.
Emeka Ibuka's unbelievable.
Offensive Rookie of the Year.
Yes, it's going to be hard to take it away from him. But there's a chance Juwan Jennings is back. There's a chance that Brock Purdy is back. Mac Jones looked damn good in his 2 spot starts that we've seen him at. I think the 49ers are just the overall better team, even with the mass amount of injuries they have.
I like it.
Okay.
That was going to be my other pick if we ban the Lions.
I love picking gross games. We'll get to that in a moment. I'm also taking the Packers. They're 14.5-point favorites. It is by far the biggest line this week. I'd be shocked if they lost to Cincinnati, and we would need to have quite a conversation. Can I just get out ahead of this? If the Brewers lose tomorrow and the Packers lose on Sunday, I am taking a sick day on Monday. I will not be here on Monday.
Not approved.
What do you mean?
Can't do it.
I'm sick. Wildfires.
Nope. It'll go on your permanent record, which I don't know if that exactly exists.
Principal Josh.
He's not a principal. He's an executive now.
Are you here on permanent record? Are you a cop?
Executive producer. No, he's just the boss now. We have a boss on our show. I keep forgetting we have a suit on our show.
I continue to behave like one at all stops.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
That's
Everything's changed.
You epitomize a suit.
Closed door meetings.
Although he could actually decline my time off request, which is strange. So here we are. So for my underdog, I am going with the grossest game in the history of the NFL.
On. Can I guess?
Yes.
Okay, there's
some doozies this week.
I thought I had it. I thought I saw Patriots Saints ugly. Then I looked down right below that Brown Steelers ugly. Then I looked below that Cowboys Panthers ugly.
Can I guess?
Titans Raiders. You are picking the Titans to win the game.
That was my guess too.
Yeah, picking the Titans.
I mean, these are all hideous. Brown Steelers. What?
I mean, the Patriots Saints game is gross, but the Patriots are actually might be good.
And I'm not taking a shot at Will when I say this. I think Mac Jones is a full-fledged superstar.
Mac Jones?
Mac Jones, sorry. Drake May.
No.
I know he's been quarterbacking the Niners the last 2 weeks.
I agree.
I think Drake May is like, we're going to be talking about him.
I agree.
That's not a shot at me at all. He some of the throws he was making against the tough Bills defense.
You see that Monday night game? It's Jaden Daniels versus Caleb Williams. Monday night. I'm taking the Titans over the Raiders. I am not a believer in Pete Carroll in Vegas. I am not a believer in Geno Smith in Vegas. I still think Cam Ward has some moments in him.
So the tape bros, the guys who grind the film, love Cam Ward. The analytics guys will and have told me that Cam Ward's been as bad as Zach Wilson, which is not a name you want next to yours. I've thought at times he's looked better than that. I also think that the Titans are one of the most poorly coached teams that I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they're going to keep him. But
what was the quote Cam Ward said last week? He's like,
We're
to keep it a buck, we ass.
yeah, to keep it a buck, we ass right now.
Yes.
Yeah, which that's why I love him.
Yeah.
How many quarterbacks are coming out and saying we're ass? I love that. The guy wants to be a winner.
The thing is,
we're ass. He said we ass.
The thing is,
right,
is Geno Smith has been just as ass as Cam Ward has been.
He's been very bad.
So bad.
But he hasn't gotten in front of it like Cam Ward.
Right, which you got to respect that. The guy wants to win.
I don't think when you're getting paid as much as Geno is to be in all they gave up for him, you can be out there saying we're ass.
I'm all in on the Titans. And by all in, I mean this week. And by all in, I mean I think they're going to win.
I'd like to say that's a terrible pick, but this game could go anyway.
It's a gross one.
It's a true coin flip scenario here.
Dr. Denver Dan chimes in and says, this is the only time in my day that I ever hear the phrase, shout out to me. It's probably fair.
Pat on the back to me, shout out to me, yeah.
We love that around here.
Yeah.
We are the
humble kings.
We are the self-affirmation show. We are humble kings, he says. Yeah, that's us. Real humble. You put the three of us in a room and say, hey, what quality do these three guys have in common?
They're all eating the humble pie.
Yeah. The top answer is humble. I guarantee that. All right, it's time now for What We Missed and What We Learned, which is presented by Door County Distillery. Locally produced, handcrafted, award-winning spirits made locally in beautiful Door County. Fall colors are here. Fall trips are here. If you're heading up to Door County, make sure you stop in at Door County Distillery in Carlsville, just north of Sturgeon Bay. It is connected to Door Peninsula Winery. You can do tours. You can do tastings. You can try the product. There's exclusive product. It's totally worth the stop if you're spending any time in Door County this fall. And if you're not, elevate your cocktail experience with Door County Distillery like I do, like Josh does. They've got vodkas. They've got gins. They've got rums. Our favorite collectively as a show here, it's the whiskey. It's bourbon season. The weather's starting to get a little chillier. I've got my vest on. I'm going to have a little Door County Distillery bourbon tonight on the rocks after a long work week. You've earned it. I've earned it. We've all earned it. We've earned Door County Distillery. Check it out at your local retailer. You can find it, the one closer to you for whatever product you're looking for on their website, doorcountydistillery.com, as well as a huge list of unique cocktail recipes. You're smiling back there. What's up?
Well, for my What We Learned today, I have a message for the Milwaukee Brewers. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Floor is yours, buddy.
Didn't hear any words I didn't know, so I came up and looked up some Latin phrases. We have ad astra per aspera, which means to the stars through difficulties. Persevering to accomplish something great despite challenges. That is my message to the Milwaukee Brewers. Ad astra per aspera.
Are we positive he's pronouncing that
No,
correctly? Yeah.
Definitely
okay.
not.
No,
Okay.
yeah, he's definitely not. I know what he's saying.
Valiant effort.
Yeah, I like the effort. I like the creativity.
This is phenomenal.
Yeah.
I got on you a little
Good
bit on
twist.
Wednesday.
I needed that.
Oh, wow.
Hand up. Needed that.
Needed that.
My mother disagrees with
A
you.
little kick in the rear.
My mother gave me a kick in the rear for speaking to you the way I did.
I think that was fair also.
I'm not going to apologize. However,
You already did.
sort of.
He said he was going to apologize
When?
at the end of the show, at the end of the last show.
Oh. Did I?
Yeah.
Sort of.
You also texted him an apology.
Okay.
But hand up.
That was
Had to be
kick-ass.
better.
That was good. I
Had to
like
be
that.
better.
We should really... How old
Put that on a shirt.
How no. I was gonna actually bring up the idea of a spelling bee for the three of us. Not on the show. Like
Okay.
we're all old, so I don't know how many spelling bees the three of us could enter.
This is going to sound dumb, but
Sure.
spelling is hard. Like out loud. Like just speaking,
Yes,
spelling words
I do agree.
verbally.
There are times I know how a word's spelt, but when I try and express it, that's why you see the kids doing the writing it down.
I'll tell you this. I know the word that got me out. I took second place to Maya Zorn in 4th grade.
Are you just outing Maya's full name like that?
I don't know why I did that. Sorry, Maya. I saw her recently in Madison. Lovely woman. She's doing great things.
Related to Jim Zorn?
I don't believe so. I actually think I asked her that in elementary school, strangely enough. But I lost. I took second place. She was way smarter than me. I didn't belong there. But I will never forget my word, and I'm still not positive I could spell it. Denominator.
DEN.
O-M-I.
Yeah. Denominator. INATOR.
I think that's right.
Correct.
Yeah. That's a very easy word.
I don't know where I screwed up. I actually walked off and said I spelled that right, and I got in a fight with one of the teachers. She said, no, you're out.
I think it was in 5th grade. I was in geography B, and it was down to me and one other person, and I purposely biffed one that I knew because I didn't want to do it.
You didn't want to represent the county?
I didn't want to represent my class in the whole school one because we did it in an assembly in front of everyone.
Oh, that's sweet.
And I said, not happening, Captain.
Geography B, me and Will would have been out right away, I bet.
I believe it was.
I know nothing about maps.
I believe it was a question.
I thought you were a population guy, though.
I'm a population guy, but I'm not a map guy. Unless it's just the U.S. I could do the U.S. map.
I think I remember the question. It was something relating to where Egypt is located.
Like what continent?
I don't think it was that simple because it was 5th grade.
You think Will knows what continent Egypt is in?
Asia.
Sorry, that's.
Am I right?
Talk to you guys Monday.
Go Brewers, go Packers. What a way to end the show.
Wait, what continent is it?
We're going to give you another guess.
Okay. Oh, Africa. No?
It's in Africa.
It is?
Yeah, it's in Africa.
Yes.
Oh,
Not Asia.
I just got him confused.
Why didn't you say Australia?
Because, come on, that's stupid. Never say that.
Dumb.
Come on.
You think I
Not
am some
that
sort of
dumb.
moron?
Yeah, come on.
All right, Brewers Game 5. A reminder, Joshy, myself, Gabe Neitzel, Tony Cartagena with you beginning at 4 o'clock right here on YouTube for a Brewers warm-up. Is that what we're calling it? Brewers warm-up?
You can call it whatever the heck you want.
Okay. We'll be with you beginning at 4 o'clock until 6:30 tomorrow, amping you up for Game 5, big Game 5 at AmFam Field. And then at 7 o'clock, myself and Joshy, we're riding this puppy out. Game 5, ESPN Milwaukee, ESPN Madison on YouTube for a watch-along. Hope you can join us. Hope you're rooting on the crew. And then Sunday, I'm with you beginning at noon for Green Bay Game Day, myself and Gabe Neitzel, live from Green Bay ahead of Packers-Bengals. Busy weekend. Let's have one, shall we?
At Astra per Aspera.
Mm-hmm.
One more time.
At Astra per Aspera.
I still don't think you're saying that right, but it's
Is this Spanish?
Here's what you should do.
Latin.
Yeah, you did say Latin already. Type that into the speech to text thing that is in Google and send us out with the pronunciation of it. This is where we're supposed to probably fill and give a
That's
little
probably a
bit
good
of time.
point.
Yeah.
I was going to give my exit speech anyway, so I hope everybody has a great weekend. Make decent decisions. Hope you'll join us on Monday beginning at 12:30. As Will attempts...
Ad Astra per Aspera.
Play it for us.
It doesn't give you that option.
What?
I tried looking it up. It just gave me the phonetic sounding of it.
I can get that.
Ad Astra per Aspera. That was pretty good.
Pronunciation.
No, I got a YouTube ad.
Yeah, me too.
What happened to that little feature
here we go.
where it would just say it?
It came up when I looked up
And
denominator.
how to pronounce this phrase from Latin, as well as how to say more interesting and often confusing
like
and
this
often
guy.
mispronounced Latin expressions too. So make sure to stay tuned for those. This means to the stars through difficulties.
You were right. You said that better than him.
Ad astra to the stars per aspera.
I think you nailed it.
I think I did.
I think you nailed it.
Yeah.
At Astra Peraspera.
Let me know if you guys need to learn more Latin.
Damn, Will. Let's go. That's a
Let's go.
recovery. Talk to you Monday. Peace.